Don't you love it?
Yeah, I do.
That's so cool.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are. Looks like it. Oh, sweet. Is Simone? Simone?
Simone, yeah.
Simone. Simone.
So it's Simone in German, but people can't pronounce it, so I just say Simone because I don't like it pronounced, the other ways.
Simone in Germany.
So, yeah, Simone.
Cool.
S is like Z.
Yeah. So that's.
They used to tease me and say Simone, Zitrone, lemon, like Zitrone,
Cool.
when I was in kindergarten.
Cool. Yeah, no, but kids are, of course.
But it's pretty harmless,
Yeah, so it's Haarschnitt time.
Yep.
Yeah, which Haarschnitt?
I don't know how you say Bob in German, but...
Exactly, but I was saying, das ist gut Haarschnitt, and das ist gut Haarschnitt, and she's like, she's not sure, but she's thinking Bob. You're thinking of Bob with a fringe, with a pony. In Germany they say pony.
Yeah, pony.
Pony, Bob. And I'm like, das ist
besser.
Das ist besser. Yeah,
Viel
exactly.
besser.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oder interessanter vielleicht. Interessanter.
Do you want to flip a coin? Let's determine with a coin. See what happens. Okay. Heads, you get a Bob. Tails, you get that one. Let's see what happens. But you can veto it. So I guess it's your head.
Heads.
So heads is a Bob. Tails is you're going for that one. Ready? Oh, that means you're getting that one. That means you're getting that one. Das is good, Haarschnitt, but it's up to you. It's your call.
I still like to go for the ball.
Well, yeah, see. Anyhow, we love to twist arms around here, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say to the tubers, you leave a comment below which haircut you think she should have got of the two. Bob or Das?
Maybe come summertime, then I'll go for the shorter one.
Oh, I think you should do that right now.
I'll be so cold.
No,
I'm outside.
your life experience. It's all about your life experience. So when you're 80 years old, you look back on this and you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
It's all about your life experience.
Well, you only live once, yes.
Exactly. But you can change your mind. So we're going to do the Bob, but you can change your mind anytime.
Okay.
Like as we get back here, you'll be like, maybe I will do that.
And then you'll be so excited.
And also everyone watching. But anyhow, we like to.
You are quite persuasive.
No, I know. But we like to take people outside of their box.
Yes.
Way outside of their box.
Yeah.
And then they can find a new box. Because the old box wasn't working anymore anyway. And that's a big concept on this channel. So that's what I'm doing. I'm inviting you to take you outside your box, and then you can find a new box, and then you're a new woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a haircut can make a huge difference.
Yeah. A woman that
Someone's
changes their hair is about to change her life.
Yeah. Because sometimes women, like after a breakup, or they decide to shave the hair off, or cut it really short,
just because. Now, if I broke up with someone, I wouldn't shave my head.
I wouldn't either.
No, it's hard to do a rebound. Like rebound sex is hard with a shave. It's all about the rebound, right? I feel like. I'd want to go to a bar and get drunk and flirt around. But if you're like Sinead O'Connor, that's a bit hard. The rebound's a bit harder. Anyhow, come on over, let's wash your hair.
Yeah, I think some people must find it cathartic when they do something drastic like that.
Yeah.
I was never one of those, or if they dye in like crazy color pink or purples and stuff. I mean, if they like that, fine. That's not really me.
Yeah.
Kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, no, I know. Come on over.
I just don't know.
Come on over. Grab a seat here.
What to expect?
No, it's true.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go, we'll be off camera.
No, this is very interesting.
Yes!
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Yes!
I'm into like real conversations, not just about the weather and about the rugby and it's like we can talk about that anytime, but it's really not interesting,
Yeah, no, I agree. Cool.
Or what's on the news? Yeah, I can go and look at it myself.
That's true. Cool. Yeah, we're back on camera now. We just had a little rant.
It's all part of the fun.
It's all part of the fun.
Well, you have more fun with people that you get to know, right? When you've sort of broken the ice and built a bit of rapport, right?
Now we were comparing our immigration stories because we're both immigrants to this country. Off camera, we were comparing our like Led Zeppelin, the immigrant song. Yeah, I don't know if you know that song or not. Do you know Led Zeppelin?
I've heard of Led Zeppelin, but I never sort of like listened to the music because it's like rock music, right?
Yeah, no, I know. It's cool.
I grew up like learning classic well, my parents, we all learned classical instruments like piano and violin. So
wow.
I pretty much just knew classical music growing up, and then
No, you got a fascinating background.
When my brother, because he's 5 years older than me, he was a teenager in the 80s, so I got into 80s music and absolutely loved it because of him.
Yeah.
Like Phil Collins, you know.
Oh, cool.
Or Elton John, like, what's the other one? Aha.
99 Loop Balloon.
Was probably my favorite. Like,
Roxette?
Yeah.
So you're doing a bunch of real cool stuff.
So I looked up to my brother because he had a motorbike. He was into 80s music. I thought he was cool, and we would have dance battles, and he was really good at playing the violin. Like, he's amazing. I mean, he played it the longest out of all of us. Like, from age 8 probably all the way to his maybe 30s. I can't remember. He's in his 40s now. Yeah. Because now that he has kids, like, he's pretty busy with his work and kids things. He doesn't really have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
cool. Let's start with the pony, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah. So wait a second before I cut the pony, because if it's a bob,
I don't know if you understand the pony.
Well, they can Google search it. Now, if I do this haircut, I have to do long pony. Now, if we're doing a bob, it's going to be shorter pony. So are you 9? Is this a 9?
Yes, 9.
No, I respect your decision.
Not the number 9, but 9.
No, I know. Anyhow, they can look up their German. 9. All right. Let's start with there, shall we? Yeah, cool.
I was just thinking, another job that you could have been good at is flight attendant, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. No, I did go to flight school.
Oh, really?
A long time ago, like mid-90s. Because when I was in my early 20s, I had that. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Now, I've been cutting it since I was like 15 because my grandma had a salon, and you're influenced, and then you give it a go, right? But when I was 24, I was working with one of my friends on, apprenticing with him, but I was also going to flight school on Sundays because I thought, I want to be a pilot. But then what I learned from flight school was, what I really wanted was to have been a pilot in the late 60s. When it was like cool, like jet setter, right?
Yeah.
But the aviation industry wasn't cool anymore. Like I want to be like, like Pan Am on a Boeing 707 and like, oh, where are you going next? Oh, Rio de Janeiro. Like, I want to be all that cool time.
Yes.
And then the more I learned about, like, I went to flight school, the more you learn about it, it's like, wow, these guys are like truckers in the sky, truckers with wings, like schedules in my reach. And one of my flight instructors said it best: you dream of flying, but reality is you're a caged bird. And I was like, yeah, that's all true. Overrated. That industry is far overregulated for my brain.
Yes, I mean,
and also I like to drink beer.
Yeah, do that while you fly.
That wouldn't be good at all.
But yeah, that's the thing, when you're scheduled like that and you're flying a big passenger plane, it's not like you can just go on a detour, suddenly be spontaneous, do what you want to do, you know?
It's overregulated.
And that's the thing, so
this is mid-90s, and then it was overregulated. Today,
it would be worse.
Due to the events of 9/11, way more overregulated. And now due to the events of the pandemic, even more so. Yeah, thank God I didn't do that career. I would have been terrible at it. Now, flying airplanes was cool. Like I could, land and take off and all those things. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, especially with modern technology now.
Yeah. But no, the regular, Anyhow, I'm a hairdresser.
Yeah, and I can see you're a person that would like variety,
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to like the same routine all the time and feel like you're being controlled or kind of, like I said, cage bird, it would be like misery for you, I can imagine.
Yep. And there was a moment, and I had the application because they needed air traffic controllers because I'd already been in flight school and I had my radio license for flying planes, and I thought, woo, maybe I should do this. But that lasted about 5 minutes. And then I imagined through the stress, the life stress of being an air traffic controller. Yeah, that lasted about 5 minutes. Like, okay, that's a bad idea. Yeah. No, but the reason why is because I saw there was something in the newspapers like we need air traffic controllers and apply today. And that was after I went to flight school. So I'd already had the aviation experience, I already had the radio license and blah, blah, blah. And, that would be good on the CV for when you do your application. But then I was like, ooh, the stress of it. Like, no. Not a creative job either.
No,
But
it's
at least
not
you're
that.
talking, you know,
It's
like
not-
Air Canada 372, turn right 180 and meet you at Cement or whatever, you know, like the
Yeah.
you know, I think,
I mean, yeah, it's different being pilot versus flight attendant. Flight attendant, you'd have a bit more freedom to play.
oh, because it's working with people.
Yes.
I'd rather just people cut my salon and I cut their hair than to serve them on an airplane. Yeah, no, I'd rather this.
At least like after you finish here, you get to go home, sleep in your own bed,
Yeah.
and you know, like
Well, no, that's true as well.
it would be really hard to be up in the air
Yeah.
all the time. Like it would, I think it would be pretty bad for your health if
Yeah.
you're doing that for many, many years.
So are we doing longer bob, or you want to go up? Shall we flip a coin?
I'm just trying to think of the pictures that I looked at. Yeah,
Oh.
that you know that lady. Yes, so she had longer fringe but shorter, sort
Yeah.
of here, and that balance
Is
was
that what
quite
we're doing?
nice. Yes.
Yeah, that's that. Shorter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go just past the hairline in the back, and that'll be just past the jawline in the front.
Yeah.
It'll be a cute little bob.
It'll be very different to what I've had in a long time. Which is good. It's good to get out of your
Well,
comfort
that's
zone.
it. That's it. That's the point of the channel. We put you outside your box. And we have a conversation and we cut hair and we put you outside your box.
Yeah, I think it'll make you look younger, so that's good. It's always
Yeah.
good to look younger when you're older.
Yeah.
So.
And short enough and you can do half up, half down. No more ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do that anyway. And this is the beginning of an amazing friendship, I can tell.
Yeah, I actually wanted to be a flight attendant myself in the past. Yes.
Oh, that's where that conversation
But then but then I became a mum in my 20s, so, you know, because
Oh,
that's
you
what I was
started
thinking
early.
of doing, you know, and I wanted to be international flight attendant because I speak a lot of languages.
Move time's up.
Because I started traveling at 10, so
Yeah.
I wanted to, you know, I was very confident in traveling independently at 10 years old overseas.
Yeah.
I would speak to people in different languages on the plane.
Yeah.
So if I met someone, if I heard someone speaking Japanese, I would approach them and speak in Japanese.
Yeah.
It was a German person or French, I would speak to them in their language, and I would try to exchange, you know, details, and so I could go and visit them. I never did, but I tried, you know, and talk to them. So
Yeah.
I was pretty confident and independent. So
Yeah. Now I'm going to spin the chair for a spin because I want people to see the cutting in the back a little
Yeah.
bit. So we
but I
try to
like
do
the
this-
French already. I kind
Oh,
of
I know, me too,
look
me too,
more
me too.
Japanese already.
Oh, just for you at home. She's half German, half Japanese.
So it's
And
funny.
now we're we're gonna
Yeah.
go in there. Now the people at home can see where we're going, just past the hairline.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference when they can see the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because they say on the comments like, "Can we see the cutting in the back?" So sometimes I'll spin the chair on.
Because I guess you would have quite a variety of people watching
Yep.
the channel. Some might be hairdressers or wanting to learn how to cut. Others.
Oh,
might
I'm not
just
sure
be
some are hairdressers. Because tell you what, as a hairdresser, I can't watch hair cutting videos.
You can't.
No.
Why not?
Because I spend my whole week in here. Like I'm gonna go home and relax and watch like, oh come on. Now, no disrespect to other people out there who do their hair cutting channels.
Yeah.
I'm not watching.
But what? Yeah, but then you've been a hairdresser for so long. What about like people who are more beginner, like amateur hairdressers? Maybe.
Oh, they would be.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
But then
they
it
would
might be
be.
really helpful.
Because if this
They'll
inspires
learn
them, they're gonna watch it.
Or even apprentice,
Yeah.
right? That would give them, you know, would help them.
Yeah. But the best thing about having this as a resource, if you're up and coming, is the best hairdresser takes the best from what they see from this source and this source and this source and from multiple sources and brings what inspires them from all of these different things into their own.
Yeah.
And as long as all hairdressers have a uniqueness,
Yes.
then that makes this industry better.
Yeah, definitely. You
Yeah.
don't want to have a cookie cutter
Yeah.
sort of.
Now the mistake in the past was like, for example, North America they had the Mulady standard, which is a textbook, which is the standardization of the beauty industry. But modern learning is let's look at all the let's look at all the rules and let's learn how to break all the rules, right? Like let's not follow the rules. Here are the rules. And let's break them. And that's the best way to learn like modern hairdressing.
Yeah.
Here's the rules, now let's break them.
Otherwise, it would be very boring. You know?
Yeah. And so like to be young, you're going to look at all these sources and take a little bit from this, a little bit from all these different things you see and make them your own. Yeah. And Milady Standard, that textbook, throw that thing away.
What era is that from?
Oh, that was originally, I think, published in the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
And then
And it's still
they do
being
a new edition, a new edition, a new
Really?
edition, new edition. There's some things that are still valid, like bacteriology and whatnot. But, there's the old rule, like, if you have this face shape, you should have this haircut.
Yes.
If you have this face shape, and you should have this haircut.
Yes, it's
And if you have
still
this
followed
face shape,
now.
and no, you should. That shouldn't be a thing anymore at all. Because if a girl says that, she sits in my chair and she says, "I always wanted a bob." I say, "Well, why don't you get a bob?" "Oh, because these other hairdressers said that'd be the worst thing on you." I'm like, "Let's do a bob." And I give her a bob, and she's like, "This is the best haircut I ever had."
Wow.
Even though everyone else was like, "That's oh, that's a bad idea."
That's interesting because
And you know what happens? Is those other hairdressers she's not going to go back to.
No.
But you have to think this day and age that, okay, maybe according to ladies' standards, that face shape with a bob is wrong, but you broke a rule and you did it. Do you know why? Because you did it for a woman who's also going to tattoo and pierce. She's breaking all the rules anyway. So is the bob wrong?
She can get away with it.
Yeah, and is the piercing wrong, or is the arm tattoo wrong? Like, really, you got this face shape, and you got a bob, and you got an arm tattoo? Like, it's not the 1950s anymore.
Yeah.
Girl wants a bob, give her a bob. Girl wants an arm tattoo, give her one. Like, I think, this day and age, I think the hairdressing industry could learn from the tattoo industry. Do you know why? Because the tattoo industry is more like what the hair industry used to be in the 80s, far more creative.
Yeah.
Right? And then the hair industry's become far more regulated. So I look at the way that tattoo places work, and they have the creativity and outside the box and the support, like the talent management that the hair industry used to have.
I like your way of thinking though, because it's a shame when you put people in boxes. I suppose even if you give someone a bob haircut, there are probably variations within the bob haircut, like with other styles of haircut. So you could find one that suits everybody probably. And if you have enough experience like yourself, you would be able to do that. Like, you don't have to follow a textbook, because you already done so many times. You could play around with it and make it work. Which is the fun part as well. Then again, when you're talking about face shapes and how the people, they still talk about certain haircuts, certain hair face shapes. I was thinking it's like they talk about body shapes as well, like clothing suits. Certain clothing suit certain body shapes. But that said, some people, if they're really confident, they wear stuff that you wouldn't necessarily wear normally if you have a bigger frame, for example, but it looks great on them.
Yeah, true.
Because they have confidence, so they rock it.
Yeah.
And they look amazing, better than someone who looks like a supermodel who's really tall and slim.
That's the thing. As long as you have the confidence, you can rock anything.
I agree, because you see some of these really big curvy women and they look amazing, and with the stuff they wear, it's like, wow,
it's true.
They're amazing,
It's true.
And you get some people that look like supermodels, but they've got no confidence. They're just really timid, and shy. They try to hide away, which is sad. So it really comes down to the person, I think. And nowadays they're saying 60's the new 70 and and all of that.
Oh, seniors today are not like seniors in the past, because they're not conservative like they were in the past. You went to your hairdresser and you got your hair all coiffed up and roller set, and then you put on your Sunday best. But seniors today, they want a longer fringe, asymmetrical haircut. They want some blue and pink in the long fringe.
They do, and they wear the jeans and really hip sort of clothing.
And going back on the tattoo, if I own a tattoo parlor, what's my growth business? Current retirees. Because they're as open to tattoos as ever, but the younger generation is they're already 67-year-old woman, oh, your puppy just died, hey, let's put a memorial on your arm. Oh yes, let's do that. Because seniors are, this day and age, will do nothing huge, but they will do some. They'll do little tattoos.
Okay, that's interesting. I haven't come
But 20 years ago, only sailors get tattoos. Someone
it was
who was
unheard
senior.
of.
Oh, only a sailor. But this day and age, oh, my little poodle died. Like, oh, let's put a moon. That's tattoos. Oh, that's a good idea. Now, leave a comment below if any seniors are watching. How many seniors have got a tattoo? Either from your youth or younger days, or you're freshly tattooed as a senior. Because, you know, it's different times. But the tattoos are meant to be your life story, like part of your life story. And that's what you do, is you mark your life story with a tattoo.
Well, the interesting thing, speaking about life story, so I managed to buy a longboard for $25 on Trade Me because I wanted to learn how to skate. So I've got this guy who's going to teach me. But I wanted to get someone to paint my life story on there, key parts of my life, because I wanted to be able to have conversations with people when I skateboard. Like,
so you need a graffiti artist and
I actually know somebody.
Coach.
Well, there was a lady on Facebook that had lost her job that was an amazing artist, and I saw her. You know, she had painted the skateboards and other things, and so I got this idea. I want to support her. And I want.
Put your feet and knees together straight. Cool.
And it'll be fun to you know, like learn how to skateboard, but also have conversations with people and support her. So
longboard is a big thing in New Zealand. Longboards, flying down a hill.
Have you tried it?
I'm not stupid. I hurt myself.
I need to get some safety gear.
When I was young, I used to skateboard. But you think I'm going to go on a longboard and go flying down a hill? Whoa. At 50?
Well, you're never.
Well, no, but the problem is
too old.
Well, the problem is if I break an ankle, I have to cut hair, right? Like, I don't even go up ladders anymore. Like, you know, my partner's like, oh, can you go up a ladder and check it? I'm like, no, hire someone to do that. Because if I fall off the ladder, I can't cut hair. Now, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, I would have gone up the ladder. Now I'm like, really? You know how much money I could lose if I fell off that ladder? No, actually, I still go up ladders. I did.
But honestly, now in my 40s, I feel more like I'm in my 20s than when I was in my 20s.
I know, because that's you know.
Well, I think it's just because, well, partly my son's grown up, that makes a difference, but also I just think I've just gone through so much stuff and I'm just a different person now. Life was like a roller coaster, but now I've come out of that and it's like the calm after the storm and I see things differently and it's like, wow, you know, just have a whole new perspective and confidence that you didn't have when you were younger.
You're living dangerously with a little bomb. Now you got a bomb.
It's a lot shorter than I've gone for in the past, so this is I'm stepping out.
This is the point of the channel. Go outside your box.
It's gonna maybe I'm gonna look like a kokeshiki doll, you know, the Japanese dolls with a fringe and the.
No, but you know what? You don't come across as like we were saying earlier off camera. You're the German Japanese, but your mom was Japanese, but she didn't really look Japanese.
No. Not compared to other Japanese.
Now there's Karen O. You ever seen her? She's the singer of the IAS.
No.
No, she's unique too because she's half Korean, half Polish.
Oh wow! Okay, that's interesting.
Polish people have high cheekbones, and then Korean people have like a certain eye shape.
Yeah.
She's got high, you know, it's mixed together.
Oh wow!
And then she's got dark, beautiful hair.
So has she got like the almond-shaped eyes, or?
Yeah. And slightly, and the high cheekbones definitely. And then also she does these kind of haircuts, like these little bowl cuts and things.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it's like,
it's really
wow. You have all these facial features working against you, and then you do this haircut, which brings it out even more.
Wow!
Which is so bold. And you know, it's a punk band. The is a bit of a modern punk band. Okay. But no, she's real cool. I've seen her like in concert twice in my life.
Yeah, very unique by the sound.
Fascinating. But you know where she's born and raised.
Does she have a good voice?
Born and raised, fantastic voice. Born and raised in New York City. But that's you know, New York City. You get that. You get the like the Polish meets the Korean, and fall in love, and this is the product of that relationship, right?
Well, I love that. And America is so diverse. It's amazing. I feel like if I go over there, it's easier for me to fit in than here because everyone's like pretty much mixed. Yeah. It's normal. I mean, same would be in Canada as well. In Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a mixture of everything, melting pot.
We were saying this off camera.
Like New Zealand is not
New Zealand's a bit like Kiwis are. It's a little like immigration policy. It's progressive, absolutely. But you still get those moments.
But conservative in comparison.
Yeah. Now, I will say this too. Now, I used to work with a girl, Caddy, who was from Sierra Leone. Born in Sierra Leone, but the UN soldiers took her out of the village and brought her to New Zealand and adopted her off to a Kiwi family. So she came as a baby. She's a Kiwi, right? Anyway, so she has a boyfriend. I think she was about 18 at the time, and I worked with her. And so she has a boyfriend who's Nigeria. Yeah. And she used to always complain about the Kiwis because, you know, she's been here as a baby, but has a hard time fitting in, especially when you're like Sierra Leone, like you're dark. You know, you really stand out.
You stand out.
So, but I used to make jokes all the time, break the ice, and she loved that. So here was the best. She comes into work one morning, she goes, "Oh my God, Matthew, you wouldn't believe what happened to me." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Oh, I was with my boyfriend, and the lady in front of us turned around and went, 'How long have you been in this country?'"
Oh no.
And she's like, "All of my life."
Oh no.
She thought it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you were taken from your village in Sierra Leone when you're like 9 months old and adopted off to a Kiwi family in the South Island, the west coast of the South Island, you're a Kiwi. Don't look at the color of the skin. You're a Kiwi. You're a Kiwi.
But it's good that she was able to laugh about it and she wasn't upset about it, you know.
That's why, because I'm coming from like a melting pot city, Toronto, and then I would talk to her like she's like Toronto, which at first when she met me, she's like, "Oh my God, no one ever talks to me like this." I'm like, "Yeah, because I talk to you like this if you're from Toronto, right?" And so she took to that right away. Yeah. And then she would like warm up with these other jokes, like, "Oh, you wouldn't believe what happened to me today. You wouldn't believe." So you know. Her and I get along great. I wish she would work here. Patty, if you watch this video, come back and work with me.
Where does she?
She works up the street. Yeah,
okay.
she's
in
up the street.
Wellington.
I'm not going to poach people from other salons. Like it's me joking on camera, but it was fun working with her. And she works up the street somewhere else, and that's cool. I don't poach.
I mean, it's great working with people from different cultures, you know.
Oh, absolutely. We're in here. We're different cultures as well. We're we have a good little salon. Look at your haircut. Now I am gonna blow dry ridiculously 80s. Yeah. Yeah. No, just so you know, like if you're like, what have I done? Like I'm gonna blow dry it even worse.
Is it gonna be like out here?
Oh, we're gonna put some volume in it. Yeah, we're gonna definitely put some volume in it. Yeah. Yeah. So just because this is retro haircuts.
So I'm wondering if it would be best for me when I wash my hair and stuff, like to blow dry it as well.
Yeah, if you want to look like now what I'm gonna do is the classic Denman, Denman brush, which is from Germany. Ah,
yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's a German company.
I've never had one of those, even though I'm not German.
Even though you're from there, yeah. Now Denman technique, we're gonna do that. It's a German hair brush. Okay. So cute. And you know, I didn't even use mousse on it. I just used the vegan stuff on it. You know, like
vegan stuff?
Like vegan cream, like modern product. I could use mousse on it, but anyhow.
Because the mousse would give it gives
more
it nice volume, right? And it kind of gets it to stay in place.
Yeah, exactly. No, but we didn't go full on mousse. Let me get that towel out of there and then clean up your hairline.
When you're saying full on mousse, I'm thinking like a moose,
Oh, yeah, you think about
like an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have antlers.
Yeah. Do you guys have moose in Germany?
Moose, the animals?
Yeah, no.
No, not that I know of. No.
I think they have them in Russia. We have them in Canada.
Yes, Canada, yes, but Russia, I don't know.
Yeah, Russia's like Canada. They got bears. They got some common animals.
It does suit me.
It does, yeah.
I wasn't sure.
No, it's good. Yeah, you were afraid to cut?
Well, I've never seen you cut hair. I'm thinking, I'm sure he has a lot of experience with people's life, but you just don't know until you've seen someone cut hair.
No, this is a nice trust building exercise between you and I.
It kind of almost makes me think of 60s as well, doesn't it?
I love it. But if you look at the back looks like a really expensive wig. Yeah?
It does.
It does. It's like, so you're setting a line, it's like...
because it's nice and full.
Yes!
It's real volume.
Yes! Yeah, it looks like a really expensive wig.
Yeah.
Cool. And the fringe is cute, because you got slightly longer fringe, and we got a little split going on.
Yeah, the fringe is cute. I think it makes me look younger. It kind of like adds a bit of a retro look to it, so...
Nailed it.
I am happy with it.
Cool.
Yes, I think it's great.
And then you'll come back next time as that fringe goes out, and we're going to do Das ist gut, Haarschnitt. Alright, the next one.
You're still trying, Matthew.
We'll see. Do you know what? If you love his haircut, you keep it for the next 5 years.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I'll do next. We'll see. Maybe I'll become more adventurous after this.
True. Let's do some after shots. Now, I put a record player over there, so I'm going to change the way we do after shots. Cool. Yeah, and we'll say bye to the tubers. Let the tubers know how you feel. Das ist gut, hast du?
Yes.
Gosh.
I think it turned out better than I thought.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. And this was, like I said,
I wasn't sure what to expect. I was not sure, but the French, with the French, it works together really well.
Yeah.
So good.
And I'll spin you so they can see.
Yeah, I feel like it's in 1965. I do.
yeah. Yeah, a little bit like hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's interesting, like you're saying wig. Because I'm trying to think of somebody that I remind myself of when I look in the mirror, but I can't think of who it is.
It'll come to you when the camera's off.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's say bye, tubers.
Bye, everybody.
Ciao.